Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here in the Netherlands for the third edition of the Dutch Lions Cup. We're also on the live stream, and I'm joined on the side by the Honorable Matt Gallis, and we will talk about the live stream. First of all, I would like to thank all the fighters, all the judges and the crew for today. It was awesome to see. We saw a lot of talent, a lot of nice fights, a lot of nice stuff happening. So, for you, thank you for this. Which brings us to the finals of today. First, we're going to do the women's tournament semi-finals. Matt.
So, first of all, we're going to start with the semifinals. It will be Jane Johnston of Born on Iron, Vancouver, Canada, versus Tosca Bruning of Zwaard&Steen of the Netherlands. Then it will be Michaela D'Orlando formerly of Waterloo Sparring Club, but now Ordine del Lame Scaligiere in Verona, Italy, versus Carla Huberman of Grünweiß-Holten, Germany. After that, for the open longsword, it will be Joris Jacobs of Somerset, Belgium, versus Stefan Brunner, HVN, the Netherlands. And then Sander van Eyck versus Michel Rensen, both of Zwaard&Steen from Utrecht, the Netherlands.
Thank you very much for the introduction, and I'll leave it now to our referee, Marcus.
Yes.
And we will comment you on what's happening here on the live stream. Like I said, my name is Cor Kronenberg from Zwaard&Steen. I am joined by Matt Gallis to my left side, and we're going to talk you through what's happening today.
All right, so here we are in the semifinals for the women's longsword tournament. We have Jane Johnston from Canada, very able fencer, against Tosca Bruning of the Netherlands.
Strong opening from Jane Johnston.
Right. You'll see with Jane, she's got very strong offline motion. Another thing you'll see as well is that her signature move.
1 point blue.
Yeah, her signature move is striking with a right overhow and then doing an abnehmen off to the left side. And she's pretty strong at that. You've seen her do that twice already.
Tosca prefers to go to left high hanger, leaving the point in the direction of the opponent. This is something she does quite often, but she stays there.
Right. So, Jane Johnston, fantastic fighter. She is, I don't want to use the term one-trick pony, but she's got a very tight technical repertoire that works very well. And sometimes leaving that is a bit of a challenge for her.
1 point blue.
4-0.
Right. It's 4-0, and each time what you've seen is she's been scoring with that left overhouse, and there it is for the next time.
Third time.
Third time.
Yeah. And Tosca is still staying in this overhanging. And around again.
Right. Well, there is something to be said. Right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And certainly for Jane Johnston, this is a winning combination. All right, so a commanding lead, 9-0. Jane Johnston's other signature move is how she'll sometimes set that up with a thrust, a feint thrust in flug, and then come in with that right unterhow either to the low line or to the head.
One of the things we have to mention, I think, is that Jane Johnston is wearing a pair of pro gauntlets.
Yeah, this is a very interesting thing. right? And once more, circling to the right and right frontal, right overhaal to the head, then an abnehmen to the left. So our next match is Michaela Dorlando, who is a very experienced competitor, has a wall full of gold medals, and Carla Hooverman, who as well is an experienced competitor.
Was it 2 years ago that Carla Hooverman shined at
Yes, at Swordfish, right? Took gold in the women's longsword. So we've got two champions here fencing. Michaela is coming out of a period of inactivity because of a knee injury, but it doesn't seem to have slowed her down at all today. And her mobility looks quite good. Right? Yeah, left over, looks like it was to the head, I guess.
2 points blue with an after blow by red, no points.
2 points blue, after blow red.
So there is a subtractive afterblow here. So basically any afterblow will negate but it doesn't score in its own way. This is true. Right.
1 point blue.
1 point blue.
Fence.
Right.
It's a nice strike from Carla in distance.
And double hit. Carla waiting.
Ray. Judges. It's a double hit.
Okay, there was a cut to the arm by Carla Hooverman, parry the afterblow, so that should be 1 point.
So it's 1-1.
That looked like a cut to the head by Hooverman. I think she parried the afterblow.
2 points red.
2 points red.
Fence.
Which makes it 3-1 for Carla Hooverman.
It looked like a thrust by Hooverman. I don't know about the afterblow, though. I think she got hit by an afterblow.
It's 2 points red with an afterblow from blue, so no points.
2 points red, after blow blue.
Fence.
So no points for that because of the afterblow.
I like the way Carla is like fearless in walking into the.
She's very relaxed. I spoke to her a few minutes ago, and she said she's just not nervous about this at all, which is a good thing.
Also, Stefan Brunner is also one who has many years of tournament experience. He's not a newcomer to the field.
So this should be a good bout. Joris has a very tight style. Generally fights out of flug from one side or the other. He's got a good Zwaard. He's got good thrusts.
I must say we have quite a crowd here today. So there's like 150 people sitting and watching.
Match ready. Salute. Salute, please.
Defensive salute and defense.
A little green in the middle. And the rough.
So Joris and his flug.
Yeah.
Left flug. Yeah, thumb grip for sure. You can expect him to thrust and do Zwaard primarily.
Or making a nice upset and stich.
Yeah. Both fencers taking their time, feeling each other out, getting a sense of the distance.
Measuring slowly.
Circling one
Trying to
another.
get a little bit closer, see how the other one reacts.
And any moment now we'll see an explosion.
There we go.
Right? And it looked like Brunner got a left Zwaard to the head of Joris.
But I think Brunner also gets something in between.
Yeah, I think so too. There was adjudged a double hit. So the game begins anew.
Distance.
That looked like a blow maybe to the arm by
Solid hit from Stefan
Brunner.
Not so
Counted
slow.
as a double though.
Yeah.
Oh,
There we go.
yeah,
But
that after blow, I think it went through the steel. I think that hit.
But the judges don't count
The
it.
judges did not feel the same way.
Going to Ox.
Right, and Brunner's covering.
Joris
Joris's
footwork.
tempo changes,
Yes. Oh,
beat to the
taking a
blade,
knee.
lost a bit of his
there.
balance there. There's a lot of stress in this fight.
Mhm.
Oh, that
There
was
we go.
looked like a feint, and then a
Strike
cut to the low lines, horizontal cut to the low lines.
But Brunner also got something
But,
to the head
yeah.
of Joris. Brunner trying jumping.
Okay, that looked like it was a Zwaard riposte from Jacobs.
1 point blue.
So 2-0 is our score. Joris Jacobs of Belgium ahead.
And he
But
tried it again.
that looked like a clean hit from Brunner to the head, carrying the after blow. So he has just even the score with that. So we are now at 2-2. This is anyone's game.
You see that Joris is taking the tension.
All right. Yeah, that looked like it was a blow to the arms. What?
2 points blue. Final exchange.
Oh. So Joris Jacobs up 2 points. Final exchange. That looked like it might have been a double to me.
Yeah, it is. And that was the final exchange. So. Oh.
Judges conference where they will discuss what they saw.
Referee for this match is Siegfried Hogendorp.
Yeah.
Has been training as a judge and a referee for 2 years now.
Yeah, that exchange looked like a thrust from one side and then a blow to the head on the other. But we'll see what the judges say about that.
2 points blue. That's a crushing victory for Joris Jacobs.
Right. So Joris Jacobs will now be fighting for gold. Stefan Brunner fighting for bronze. Belgium going for gold.
Yep.
In the Netherlands this weekend.
But then the finals will also be manned by one of the guys from Zwaard&Steen.
It's true.
Yes. It's either going to be Sander van Eyck or last year's winner, Michel Rensen.
Michel Rensen. All right, so our next fight. So Michel Rensen actually both fighters are of Zwaard&Steen. Michel Rensen is an instructor, well-known tournament fighter. He is last year's winner.
Yep. And the year before he was second place.
Right.
And swordfish second place.
So Michel Rensen is known for his signature move, which is his left Zwaard, and he has a lot of different ways of setting that up.
Sander van Eyck, relatively new to the tournament scene, but has been training with Zwaard&Steen for a couple of years now, and doing a lot of competition training this last year as well. Nice salute in the middle, and off we go.
So these kind of fights are always interesting because these are guys who know each other. They train in the same club. They know each other's style, so it's a very different fight than the one we just saw. You see they're both a little more relaxed because they know each other. They know what to expect.
Nice. This is the thing. If Michel does his signature move of the Zwaard, Sander knows exactly what to do against it. So Michel has to change his repertoire right now. Oh, there we go.
Circling one another. That looked like a
nice exchange of blows, some parries in between, but Michel hit through with his Zwaard and managed to hit the underarm of Sander.
Right. So that looked like a blow to the arm by Sander.
Yep, it was. Trying to
quite an exchange there. Yeah. Zwaard back and forth.
And failures in between.
Nice long exchange there. But ultimately, Zwaard looked like it was from the left.
Sander trying to change his tactics and rushing in, but that
rushing in with a thrust
Michel.
Did not work. Oh. That looked like it was a thrust to the arm.
It wasn't enough.
The judges
were undecided, actually.
Flurry of blows. Cut and parry. Judges couldn't tell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whoa! Sander losing his balance.
Yeah, I thought I heard a blow in there from the right by Michel Rensen to the arm, but it doesn't look like any of the judges heard that.
And it ends with a dominance of the red fighter, Michel.
All right. So there it is. Michel Rensen versus Joris Jacobs for the gold. And Stefan Brunner of HVN versus Sander van Eyck of Zwaard&Steen
for the bronze.
For the bronze. All right, so what's going to happen next is both of the bronze matches are going to be run,
Yes.
and then both of the gold matches.
Yes.
So first we will have the women's longsword bronze match, which is between Tosca Birming and Michaela Dorlando.
Mm-hmm. And we have Marcus Lundborg
Now
as the referee.
there's a pretty sizable height difference between these two. Tosca is actually quite a scrappy fighter,
Mm-hmm.
short but very scrappy, and she makes up for being short by staying and generally staying in a pretty high guard. She has a preference for fighting out of left ox,
Mm-hmm.
which is a pretty smart thing to do. And she stays up there, and she's pretty good about getting that point in. She'll usually try and bind her opponents and then tangle them up in her cross and then land a point in there somehow, either to the high line or the low line. I expect she's going to do the same thing, especially against Michaela, who is substantially taller than she is.
See Tosca getting ready, but not Michaela getting ready. Maybe somebody should tell her.
Who, me?
Yeah. Michaela just realized she had to fight right now. So, well, Tosca's already on the mat, dressed and well.
So Michaela is a very seasoned veteran
Mm-hmm.
of the women's longsword tournament scene. Tosca is not quite as seasoned. She's been in a reasonable number of tournaments over the past couple of years, but she's still maybe gaining her feet a little bit in terms of feeling comfortable out there. I know she sometimes has some nerves that she suffers.
I spoke to her before the semifinals, and I told her, "Well, congratulations." She said, "No. This is a lot of tension right now, and
Yeah.
I cannot use this right now." But now she's fought up to the bronze finals. So
Right.
she's been doing great so far.
All right. So Tosca Birming is blue, Michaela Dorlando red. Tosca's moving in, putting a lot of pressure, comes in with an ox thrust underneath the arms, but it looks like there was a blow over to the arms by Dorlando.
Orlando fighting for a left
Yeah,
front
it looked to me like that was a clear ox thrust to the throat by Tosca.
Tactic seems to work.
Yep.
So one of the judges saw the hit to the hand of Michaela, which was just inside the distance, but not enough for a valid hit.
Oh, nice blow
but
to
she
the
does
arm.
the same thing again, just to make it clear.
All right, so Tosca's gotten herself a bit of a lead. Oh, but a pretty
Nice.
substantial blow to the head by Michaela. So that evens the score now. So Michaela now with a pretty solid lead.
It's going to be a judges' conference. Referee Magnus Lundborg called in the judges to the middle of the match.
So it's going to take Tosca at least two hits to even tie the score.
We're already in the 7th exchange with 1 minute to go.
So Tosca needs to change up her game and
3 points.
pour it on in a very short period of time.
And she tries to stab now and hits on the right.
Seeing some thrusts there. I'm not sure anything got through from Tosca under a rain of blows from Michaela. Judges couldn't tell what happened, so they throw it out.
2 exchanges left.
And that looked like a clean hit from Michaela Dorlando to the arm. So 7-3. Another blow to the head by Mikhaila
For 2 points.
for 2 points. So we are
Unclear exchange, final exchange.
So this is the last exchange.
It looked like it was a cut to the hand by Tosca.
She wanted to continue with the stab to the chest.
2 points blue.
They saw the stab.
Okay. No.
No. So,
All right.
Mikhaila Orlando has bronze on the Dutch Lions Cup.
Oh, this is good. Mikhaila has been out. She was out with a knee injury, and she's just starting to get back onto the tournament circuit, and has done quite well. Coming out with a bronze after a period of inactivity is it's a good result for her.
Dit is 1 ronde. Ja. Alleen de finales zijn 2. Ja.
So,
Runner-up final for the Open Longsword Tournament.
So our bronze medal match is between Stefan Brunner, wearing the orange jacket of HVN, the Netherlands, and his coach is over there with him, Ties Kool. Ties fought in this tournament as well, but was in a bit of a surprise, was eliminated by Joris Jacobs, who is now going to be fighting for gold.
I must say that the kill rate from Joris this event is quite okay.
Yeah, he's
took out some big guys.
quite some feathers in his cap today.
Yes.
He was joking about collecting Pokemon cards, and he said he got the Arto Pharma card and the Ties Kool card today. All right, and in the other corner is Sander van Eyck from Zwaard&Steen here in Utrecht. So regardless of what happens, a Dutchman is going to go home with the bronze tonight.
Nice polite tap, and we're off. Someone chooses the middle guard, fluke, maybe a stab.
Right, Brunner and Vom Tag on the right shoulder. What you'll see with a lot of the Dutch fighters is that they fight in Vom Tag with their right foot forward.
And a nice blow to the mask. Some discussion about the tempo.
So after blow, nothing done. The blow is negated by the after blow. So yeah, it's interesting. I've noticed over the years that it's a pretty popular thing in the Netherlands to fight in Vom Tag on the right shoulder, but with your right foot forward. Some people will criticize that, but if you go back and you look in the sources, you can see people like Thibaut, Gerard Thibaut, actually illustrating this. And he was from the Netherlands. So
yeah, but there was
he shows
weapon,
that. No. He shows it with a longsword.
Really?
Yeah, he absolutely does.
Okay.
So, people may say, well, that's not historically correct, but actually, in fact, it is, and especially for the Netherlands.
I must say, I never thought that. So, and I think, yeah, you see Stefan doing it.
But it's pretty common, actually, here.
Oh, there we go. Sander tried a stab from a high position, and Stefan...
Yeah, this is one of these
hit from
classic
below.
double hits where both decide to take the same tempo, and one hits high, one hits low. Looked like a thrust from Sander van Eyck, who lost his balance in doing so.
Tried to thrust from an ox. And there's another discussion about tempo underneath judges.
And so that was thrown out.
Yep.
So now Brunner is in left flug.
Sander tries on some of the low positions. Alpha Krumpau came out there. Nothing really offensive. Yes, there we go. Sander losing his
So
balance
it looks
again.
like we have a double hit, and Sander loses his balance, falling to the ground.
Score is still 0-0.
Thrust that misses.
Nice parry from Sander.
All right, parry and a riposte, I believe, from Sander. Van Eyck to the head. Should be 2 points.
Sander got the 2 points, and he protests anyway. So it means he makes a protest on disadvantage.
So he's essentially conceding something to his opponent.
Yep. This is what I like about these tournaments. It's also about. It's not just about gaining points. It's not just about winning a match. It's about having a good time and doing good techniques.
And it breeds good feeling amongst the competitors too. I think it sets a good tone for the event.
One of the prizes we're giving away tonight is a Forest Sportsmanship Award. So for the person who gave away the most points, it was the most chivalric behavior.
Yeah.
But in the end, it's still up to the judges. So the judges are now conferring, and we'll see if they take Sander's protest with them and if he is granted the protest. Not accepted then.
So the score remains 2-0 in favor of Sander. Oh,
Nice
looks like a very clean thrust by Stefan Brunner.
Sander tries to take it away, but
so that was 2 points.
2 points for blue.
And now our score is even. Very decisive thrust. Oh, another one. We'll see what happened. It looked like it could have been a double hit.
No. This was a thrust from Stefan from Ox. Right
it was a pretty solid thrust to the throat.
Sander seems shaken about it. So.
It was a pretty solid hit.
Yep.
So we may need to call a medic just to do a check.
Coach is coming in, and here's the medics as well.
Stefan Brunner is a big guy, tall guy, and the thrusts he's been landing are very solid, coming with a lot of explosive force, so that can knock you off your feet.
Apparently,
it hits you.
Yep.
Hits you. And taking that even through your gear to the neck, pretty jarring.
This is maybe a good example that what we're doing here is still blozenvechten. It's still naked fencing and not armored fencing.
For sure.
The last exchange was 2 points.
Yes.
So Brunner, through his 2 points, has gained the lead 4-2. Saunders keeping his blade a little lower to close that line, probably expecting another thrust. So that looked like a cut to the head that was parried, and then a riposte by
Sander.
Yep.
And that evens out the score again. It's 4-4. And it's time, which means that we're going into a sudden death.
So into sudden death, the next valid hit will decide the fight. Both taking their time, now circling. They understand what's at stake here.
Of course, was trying to check.
It looked like a clean hit.
Sander.
I think that was to the arm.
Oh, wait. It's
Okay.
no points. Red.
So-
Sander got in an afterblow against the head. I heard the scraping of the mast. So the score still stands. It's 4-4 and it's still into sudden death. So the next solid blow wins.
2 cuts,
Again.
nothing done.
Checking distance. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Stefan tried. Falls short with a nachreizing from Sander, which hit the mask, and it's 1 point red.
Very tight
And that
fight
gives him
between
the
these
bronze
two.
medal.
So bronze goes to Sander van Eyck of Zwaard&Steen in the Netherlands.
Also very honorable mention for Stefan Brunner, of course, from HVN.
Yeah, very tight fight there.
Yeah.
And in fact, I had the feeling that Stefan was going to win that, but Sander really pulled that out of the hat. There have been a lot of surprises today.
Yeah.
There have been quite a few fights where the person you thought was going to win ended up not being the victor.
I've seen some, especially in the eliminations, some wonderful fights between two very equal spaced fighters, and it was wonderful to see.
Well, it's also very interesting because you have this huge difference in the fighting in the pools and the fighting in the eliminations. Because, you know, in the pool fighting, you've got more of a disparity between the fencers. You've got good people going against people who are fairly new. So you have a lot of display of technical skill. You have generally a lot of bouts where someone is clearly dominating the other. But once you get into the eliminations, the stress level goes up. The skill levels are comparable. It becomes a lot tighter. It becomes anyone's game. And you just can't predict what's going to happen.
We're now going to the finals of the women's long-shot tournament, the Dutch Lions Cup.
So, Carla Hooverman
in the red
in
corner.
Red. And Jane Johnston of Canada
in the blue corner.
In the blue. So again, Jane Johnston is going to So we have 2 rounds here. So you can expect Jane Johnston to zoom off to the right side, cut a right overhow, and then do an Upman. If she's going to do her drill like every other fight.
Because again,
we'll see.
Carla's quite relaxed and standing up straight. 2 parries, nothing happened. She tries to cut around, but Carla parries.
Oh, I think that was a blow to the hand by Carla Hooverman.
Indeed.
So Carla stepping up.
Taking the first point in the match. Oh. Yes.
An attempt to grab the blade by Jane Johnston ends up getting hit in the head, hit in the arm, by Hooverman. Now this is interesting because I think what you're going to see here is Jane Johnston, who's a fantastic fencer. She has maybe a bit of a limited repertoire, and she's coming up against a more experienced competitor.
Mm-hmm. That was a nice hit, maybe an unterblow somewhere from Carla.
So that's a double, nothing done.
It is a standard opening. From
Yeah, Jane needs to
she
needs to switch her game. She's doing the same thing over and over again.
It every time now.
And it works with other people, but Carla Hooverman is a little bit of a different competitor.
Again, same opening.
Although that one looked like it did land. Yep. I think that was a blow to the arm. It was that left overhow by Jane.
Carla protests and showing sportsmanship behavior.
Carla conceding it was a blow to the head rather than a blow to the arm, which will cost her a point. Great show of sportsmanship by Carla Hooverman, conceding the blow to the head rather than the blow to the arm.
Sportsmanship point. Sportsmanship point. Well. 2 points blue.
So we are now at 2 points blue, 4 points red in favor of Carla Hooverman of Germany, Grünweiß-Holten, Germany.
Again, the same opening,
Yep.
the same parry, and then...
And the we'll see what Joris tries. I expect he'll probably try.
Nice
Cut and parry.
Yeah.
Looked like a blow. Hard to tell. I thought it was a blow to the shoulder by Rensen, but they're seeing it as a double. Yeah, there are 3 masters of the Zwerhau in HEMA, and they are Federico Dall'Olio, they are Arto Fama, and they are Michel Rensen.
Yes. 2 of them are, of course, from the same school. Then you can go to high guard. You're trying to go to half Zwaard, but changes his mind.
Probably a good choice.
Hits in the head with 2 strikes.
Yeah, I get the sense that Joris may be having some nerves here. He's normally a little more aggressive
He's
in the
not gonna
fight.
get his Pokemon cards now.
Commanding lead, 6-0 by Michel Rensen. I think that was a blow to the arm by Jacobs.
Michel tried to retaliate with his signature Zwerhau. Didn't get through.
Right. So blow to the arm, after blow negates it. Remaining scores 6-0 in favor of Michel Rensen.
Joris also goes to the thumb grip and the left vom tas.
Right.
And
so that was a left overhow followed by a blow to the leg by Jacobs. Unfortunately for him, there was an afterblow by Rensen that negated it. So that was a Unterhau by Rensen. I'm not sure if that was answered.
You can see Joris trying to grasp different tactics and different straws to get in.
I thought I heard a blow in there.
To the mask of Joris.
Right.
Or to the shoulder, maybe?
So we're at the end of the first round with 8-0 in favor of Michel Rensen. That is a pretty tough...
to get in.
So yeah, it's a pretty tough road to hoe for Joris.
So Joris is conferring with his coach, Divey.
Joris has been on fire today, but it looks like he finally maybe ran out of things to burn. And he seems to be stymied by Rensen. Rensen he's got a really nice technical repertoire. He's very good about mixing it up. He always comes back to that left Zwerhau, but he presents so many different setups for it that you just don't know when it's going to come. You know what's going to come, you just don't know when or how. And he's managing to really mix up Joris. And we'll see what happens now in this second round.
Same thing, left Zwerhau to the face.
Yep. 10-0 in favor of Rensen. Yep, that was a blow to the hand by Rensen.
But also an afterblow.
Afterblow from Jacobs.
1 point red, afterblow blue.
Changing positions, trying to get in. Cut from...
Exchange of blows. I think it ended with an Unterhau by Jacobs that landed to the body for 1 point. Yes, Virgil finally scores a point. 10-1. Come on, Joris. Make us proud. Oh, Beautiful thrust.
Beautiful thrust.
Extension by Renson. He didn't quite make it, so he took an additional step and landed that point on target.
Could even be some sort of failure move where
Yeah.
Michel set up the first strike and then continue with the same one.
Or a broken tempo.
Yes, that's what I was looking for.
I think that was an... No.
Strike to the head from Joris. Belgium already on 3 points now.
Right. 3-12.
Oh.
So I think that was a double hit.
Joris going down.
That was a Mittelhau by Jacobs, but he got hit in the head with an Oberhau by Renson. That looked like a cut to the hands by Jacobs, but there was an afterblow by Renson.
So we have 4 more exchanges to go now.
Looks like Renson has this.
Rumpau against the blade.
Again, that looks to me like a cut and an afterblow, but the judges seem a bit confused. 1 point
Red
for Renson. 14-3.
And this is the final exchange. It's 3-13. Let's see what happens.
That looks like a cut to the arm or to the torso. Left Oberhau by Renson.
2 points for Red. So this is to the head.
Commanding victory by Renson. You have to hold it to Joris, though. That is quite a feat. Battle through the competition to make it to the gold medal match that he ran into one of the best fighters in HEMA today, which is Michel Renson.
Yeah.
There's no shame in losing to that man.
No. Master of the Zwaard.
Master of the left Zwaard in particular.
Left Zwaard. This was the finals already, and the live stream. It was.
So we have our gold medal winner, Michel Renson.
Michel Renson from Zwaard&Steen.
And Joris Jacobs of Belgium.
Summer Soldani.
Taking silver.
Silver back to Belgium. Yeah.
And I think that's it.
I think that's
we're going to cut for our award ceremony.
Award ceremony, indeed. And a big thank you to everyone who helped make this day possible. And a big thank you to you too, Matt.
Well, and I have to say, this is an extremely clean run tournament. I mean, I'm amazed at how you managed to keep on schedule, because that's probably time management is the key tournament skill.
Yeah, it is.
And I was impressed because I was told that the eliminations would start at 5:30, and in fact they started at 5:26. So,
yes. Yeah.
So that was pretty good.
Well, it's a little bit of German blood I have inside me.
Yeah.
I think that makes it like I like smoothly run operations. Let's call it like this.
This is definitely one of those.
Yeah. Well, so far for the live stream, I think. Thank you for joining us online. I hope I can welcome you one day here in Utrecht, hopefully next year on the Dutch Lions Cup, because there's definitely going to be a next year.
All right, and until then, goodbye.
Goodbye.